Welcome to week 1 of the My Healthy Living Biggest Loser program. The first exercise we're going to do is our sit to stands. Okay? So you're going to have a seat. You're going to be in a chair that's not going to move. All right? We're going to cross our arms in front of our chest. We're going to stand up, nice and slow, and sit back down. Now again, the chair should not have wheels. It should push up against the wall. Okay? We're going to go nice and slow, keeping our knees nice and square, driving through our heels. Estelle's going to show us an alternate version. She's going to see how she's sitting down, and she's kind of pushing her rear end out towards the wall. That's so her knees don't go in front of her toes. She's going to be nice and easy. Now this would be a great example of an exercise for people who have knee problems, who the sit to stands might irritate it. So that way we take a lot of the pressure off our knees. We're going to do 2 sets of 10. And we're going to take a good 30-second break in between each one. The next exercise we're going to do is called lateral raises. You want to even mass on each hand, whether you do cans of soup or, like I said, 5 gallons of water is roughly, a gallon of water is roughly 5 pounds. We're going to do 2 sets of 12. You're going to stand up nice and tall, our feet relatively close together. You're going to keep your stomach as tight as you can. Lift it up, no higher than shoulder height. Pause for a second, let it back down nice and slow. We'll lift it up, bring it down nice and slow. We're going to do 2 sets of 12. And again, we'll give ourselves a good 30-minute break in between each set. For our next exercise, we're going to be doing bridging laying on the ground. Okay? So what we're going to do is you're going to lay down on the ground. You're going to have your knees bent about 90 degrees. And we're going to really drive through our heels when we do this. I want you to keep your stomach as tight as you can. You can put your hands on the ground if you would like. You boost your hips up. Just hold it for a good 10-15 seconds. Then bring it back down nice and slow. You really want to make sure you're keeping your stomach nice and tight and driving through your heels. Estelle's going to show us the normal way to do it. Good. She's holding it, keeping her stomach nice and tight, really driving through her heels. That's perfect. And Jessica's going to show us an alternate version. Now this bench is going to resemble your bed or a sofa, anything that's not going to move. She's going to drop her hips and go up as high as she can. Really keep that stomach nice and tight and let it back down. She's really going to drive through her heels. Again, you're going to hold it for 10-15 seconds. In between, let it back down. And we're going to do it 5 times. Good. Perfect. All right, next exercise is called fire hydrants. What we're going to do is we're going to get down on our hands and knees. You can keep your stomach as tight as you can, really engage that core. And you're going to lift up one leg, pause and bring it back down. Lift it up, hold it for 3-4 seconds, pause and bring it back down. What I don't want to see is your whole body rotating. You want to keep your core as tight as you can, keep your balance. Lift it up, hold it for 2-3 seconds, and bring it back down. And we're going to do 2 sets of 15 of these. Estelle's going to show us the normal way to do it. Keeping that stomach nice and tight. See how she's lifting that leg up without her core rotating and bringing it back down nice and slow. That's perfect. Now Jessica's going to show us an alternate version. If you can't get down on your hands and knees because of the pressure on your knees, this is a great version. See how she's not letting her core twist. She's just lifting her leg up and bringing it back down nice and slow. Again, the chair should not be an object that moves, should not have wheels, just so it doesn't roll out from underneath you. And again, we're going to do this 2 times for 15 reps. I'm going to take a good 30 seconds, minute in between each set. Our next exercise is going to be marching. We're going to do 3 different paces. I'm going to do like a jogging type pace. Jess is going to do a modified in between. And Estelle's going to do a pace that's better for people with knee problems. So we're going to go for 35 seconds as fast as you can, comfortably. It shouldn't hurt, but you go as fast as you can. And then we're going to do it twice. We're going to do take a good 30 seconds to a minute in between. Ready?
Yep.
Go. Our next exercise is called diamond crunches. What I want you to do is we're going to lay down on the ground and we're going to make a diamond with our hands. So we're going to keep our stomach nice and tight, put a diamond, and what you see in that hole should stay the same. So right now I'm looking at the junction between the 2 ceiling tiles. Unlike a sit-up, where the picture is going to change 1,000 times, you're going to keep your stomach as tight as you can. You're going to look through that hole, you're going to go straight up, straight down, nice and slow. Go up, pause for a second, come back down, nice and slow. Okay? Now, if you have neck problems or neck concerns, Estelle's going to show us a way to use a towel. You can use a bath towel, whatever is going to be nice and long. But what she's going to do is she's going to support her head with her hands in the towel. She's not cranking on the towel, doing the sit-up, but she's going to use this to support her neck or her head so her neck doesn't have to take the brunt of the weight of her head. Again, she's keeping her stomach nice and tight. Going up nice and slow, bringing it down, that's perfect. And Jess is going to show you the quadruped again. She's going to go nice and slow, keeping that stomach nice and tight. She's going to alternate arm and leg lifts. And again, she's going to hold for 2-3 seconds each side. And we're going to do it 2 sets of 15. She's going to do 2 sets of 15 on each side. And Estelle's going to do 2 sets of 15. And again, we're going to take that 30-second minute break in between, just so that way we don't overdo it. Our last exercise for this week is called seated straight leg raises. So you can keep your stomach nice and tight. You're going to sit up nice and tall. Keep your stomach as tight as you can. You're going to sit on the front half of a chair that's not going to move. If you lean on it and it starts tilting, slide back a little bit more. We don't want you to fall off the front. So you're going to straighten one leg out. You're going to pull your toes back. And keep that quad as tight as you can. And keep your stomach tight. Lift it up as high as you can without leaning. Bring it back down nice and slow. Keeping that stomach nice and tight. Okay? We're going to do 2 sets of 10 on each leg. And again, give yourself a good 30-second break in between. Now, Estelle's going to show you an alternate version. She's going to sit up nice and tall, and she's going to straighten her leg out and bend it back in. It's a little easier on the quads, a little easier on the knees if you have any knee concerns, or maybe the straight leg raises are just a little too hard to start out. And again, she's going to do 2 sets of 10 on each side, and she's going to give herself a good 30-second break in between each side.